best party you've ever been to? Are you a juice box sipping conversationalist or a sweet tea slugging dance floor enthusiast like myself? No matter where you're from or what sort of party's your speed, you're probably used to gathering around food and drink. Today's Bible story comes from the beginning of John 2, where we see Jesus perform his very first miracle, turning water into wine at his friend's wedding feast. I love how this story shows just how fully human and fully God Jesus is. Being invited to a wedding is such a human thing. Performing miracles, now that is more of a God thing. Now, running out of wine may not seem like a big deal to us today. After all, if we have a wine shortage, we can just go grab some in bulk at Sam's Club. Or if all else fails, we could switch things up and start drinking Diet Coke or something. But rewind 2,000 years, and you'd understand that in this context, the party host would have felt humiliated by running out of wine. It was a social no-no to run out of wine at a wedding celebration. Cue Mama Mary. She walks up to Jesus and simply says, "They have no more wine." Mary simply presents the problem to her son, Jesus. She doesn't try to fix it herself or share her list of her top 5 personal suggestions. She simply states the problem to Jesus. And what does Jesus do? Jesus transforms around 150 gallons of water into fine wine. The master of the banquet takes a sip and is shocked. He's used to being served bottom shelf wine at the end of a party, but what he tastes at the end of this party is a miraculous Merlot. There's a lot we could unpack with this miracle, but here's what Jesus is showing me today. Jesus meets us where we are. We don't have to go to a mountaintop to meet him, though he's there too. Jesus meets us in the places we already are, like parties, the quiet of our bedrooms, in the kitchen, the grind of the workday. Jesus meets us right where we are, and he wants to be invited into those spaces. Another thing Jesus is showing me is that he will always provide more than I need. I mean, wine feels a whole lot less important than miracles that Jesus would later perform. But he still performed the wine miracle. How would Jesus wow me if I simply brought my problems to him rather than trying to fix them myself? As I've seen in my life, Jesus has a way of wowing us by doing more than we could ever ask or imagine, even in the seemingly unimportant moments. So I gotta ask, how might God wow you today if you simply invite him in to your life's party?